Okay, so today we're talking about Claude and how to really organize your structure with Claude and make sure that you're getting the right kind of production that you want while you're chatting. And one of the things in the first part of this kind of series I'm going to do is you really need to be modular and think in small pieces. And what I mean by that is if you say, "Hey, Claude, make me a website, full website from end to end." I mean, it's going to throw something together, but it's going to lose context. It's not going to understand exactly all the things you want. And there'll be a lot of things behind the scenes that are iffy, shaky, might even get you security breached, right? Data breached. So, one of the things to do that I like to do is keep it really small, small steps. So, again, I'm using one of my products, Visual Board. It is in beta right now. Go to vb.lockren.com and you can sign up. That's my shameless plug. But it also has an MCP connection. So, what you could do with Claude is you can let Claude make cards for you. You can let Claude put notes in there for you. You can kind of work the whole thing out with Claude to make sure that you're doing it piece at a time and see what's going on and give context for the next chat, right? You can say, "Hey, look at this card. We made notes on it. Start work on that card." So the way to set this up, you'll just add custom connector. You'll put the name in, and then you will put in the URL for the custom connector. And then this will say connect. You'll have to have already created an account over at Visual Board for that to work. But for configuring, you'll notice there are 15 read-only tools. So it can get your cards, notebooks, checklists, comments, pings to make sure that the server's up. And then the needs approval one are the write delete tools. So it can create cards, assign a user to a card, create a checklist item, delete things. There's some destructive things here that are tagged in the MCP docs for the AI to understand that it is a destructive endpoint and that they need approval to do that. So you can configure all this like that. So what I did, I'm set up and I have things open over here. So I have a board that is, let's go to different board. So there's an AI video demo board. There's nothing here. And then I have a notebook that is my demo notebook, and there's nothing here. And we're going to tell Claude to set up a project. I'm going to tell them it's a demo and let them kind of work through that. So so from here, I'm going to go ahead and start a new chat with Claude, new chat, and we're gonna do this demo here. So let's start off easy. Be like, "Good morning. I am doing a demo video, and you are currently in it. I want to show how we work. Small steps at a time and track our progress. So first, can you tell me if you have access to my visual board? It is in my personal workspace. It is in my personal workspace. And it is called Demo Board. And there's probably going to be parts of this you could fast forward through. So look, he's going to check my visual board now. He got the visual board tools loaded. And find my workspace, look for the demo board, found it. Claude wants to list boards. I'm going to always allow. I just configured this, so we are doing this in real time for a full test. I have not tested this yet. It's live in the beta, so if you want to do it, feel free to sign up and try it out. And the MCP server's live. There's nothing extra to do other than plug it into your Claude and see how it works. So I don't see one exactly called demo board, but the AI video demo board looks like it's probably the one you set up. Is that one correct? And it is. So I'm going to go to the AI video demo board and I'm going to tell it yes, that is correct. can you make a few cards in small steps as if we were creating an API together so that we do not lose context and you have good references to refer to when we start a new chat as your context fills up. And let's see what Claude has to say. A great idea. Use the board to track our progress so we have a reference point. Before we create, the board doesn't have any columns yet. Columns are how we organize things. You want me to create those 3 columns? We prefer a different set of stages. Go ahead and see what is actually on the board for columns using the column endpoint. And let's start there. And it should see to do, doing, and done. Those are the columns I have right there. And it does. Good thing we checked. The board already has 3 columns set up. So we're ready to start adding cards. What would you like to first? If we're building an API together, define API purpose and endpoints. But I'll follow your lead. Cool. So let's define some things. So first, I want to define a card to pick the tech stack. Okay. I want a card to set up the repo, a card to add fast API, one for logging, one for the .env, using Pydantic settings. Logging is Laguru. Let me see what else I want to do from the beginning here. Let's add a card for auth. Let's add a card for caching. Let's add a card to determine the database layer. Let's add a card to Dockerize this, and I don't know, from there let's add a card for health endpoint checks. So this is the kind of first pass at fundamental cards that I'm standing up. I'm going to allow it. It wants to create cards. It's going to start creating one at a time in the to-do column. Card 1 is up. Next, setting up the repo. Card 2 is done. Adding fast API. Logging with Loguru. Card 4 is done. Card 5 is done. Card 6 is done. Card 7 is done. Database layer. Dockerize the project. And health endpoint checks. Cool. All 10 cards are now in the to-do column. So instead of me going through making all of those cards, I'm going to pull my board over here. I'm going to hit refresh again, and here's all my cards. So when I click one of these cards, install and configure Laguru for structure logging across the application, there's already a little bit of a description here, and you can go through and definitely tell Claude to update the descriptions, add labels, add you to assignee, log work on it, do all the things. So you're not really controlling that, but you have started giving little individual pieces of work that you can move over to Claude. You can have it work on something move it over to doing and done. And then while it's going through that, let's talk documentation. So let's let it do something. So let's pretend that we want to now pick the tech stack. Yeah, tech stack. Move that card to doing. Assign it to me. If I know how to spell, assign it to me. I don't worry about spelling a lot with Claude because it infers. And let's say that we are going to go with Python, Fast API, Docker on AWS, ECR, ECS, ALB, LMNOP, all the things. Add those to the comments and let me know when that is completed so we can start our dev journal. Okay, first moving the card to doing, good. And I don't even know if it can assign it to me. We're going to find out. I think it has a assign user from Visual. I think it has a way to assign me. If not, oh, I'm assigned. Oh, good. It's going to add a comment over here. All done. Here's what we just did. Moved it over, assigned it to me, commented the decisions. And as you can see, if I refresh this, hopefully, yep, picked the tech stack, assigned it to me, put our decisions on there. So it's tracking everything for me as if I'm working this project, and I don't have to keep going back, updating the board, letting the PM know that I've done something, adding my notes to it. I just let Claude do it all the way through. Now we're going to do a dev journal. Would you like to keep it as a notebook on Visual Board? Yes, I would like that. Create, let's see, I have a notebook there for demo. Let's pretend that we already created an API. And I need to make sure we have documentation so that the juniors can read if they get stuck before coming to one of us. Can you create a couple of pages that would make sense for documentation? And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put over here notebooks. You see I have a demo notebook, but nothing's in it currently, and just kind of move it off the screen and allow. And it's going to list notebooks. Let's see what it comes up with. Architecting essential documentation pages for junior devs. One of the things that never, ever happens is documentation stays up to date, right? You write it and you mean well, and then sprints happen and life happens and you just never get back to it. So this combination with Visual Board and Claude really lets you do a couple things. So page created. It allows you not only to let Claude keep up with the documentation for you so you're not writing it, you just have to review it and then maybe make some changes as you go. And then the other piece of this is it's right there in the board itself. So, and I'll show you kind of the easy thing. So page 2 done, environment variables, yep. So let's see, comprehensive API docs, framework. It's going to run this for me. This is where you can feel free to fast forward for a few seconds. I'm just going to keep it running only because I want to do this in real time, just so you can see the time it saves and how it integrates smoothly with the Visual Board product using Claude. If you're already in Claude and you're trying to document things and keep up with things, there's no need to be doing this manually somewhere where you're having to write and keep up with it. Yep, troubleshooting page. So it's writing 4 pages for me currently, and it's drafting the API documentation pages for me. So it's telling me that there's going to be 4 pages it creates, and now it's all done. So a couple minutes, right? Ready to move to the dev journal. So let me pull this over and let's refresh and let's see what Claude has done. Here we go. So local development setup. You notice there's some complement good docs there. There's a full project structure. This is all written in Markdown. There's how it works, Pydantic configuration, usage, Docker and deployment, troubleshooting. And it's troubleshooting, but it's right here. So you're living in the board anyway, right? And it's actually this board, you're living in this board anyway, right? So set up the repo, add fast API. I'm working here. I'm like, okay, I'm going to move add fast API over. What do we have on that? What's in the documentation here? So I can just go over here real quick, peek at the docs, and then go do my repo and come back, and this kind of lays everything out for me. So it's all done. It's all really quick. It's all through Claude and kind of works. So dev journal, no, I think that this is good. You have helped me get together a good structure. Any advice from my followers as to how to use Claude better? I told them small steps and stay within context, and to have you read the docs, have you read what we are tracking. Anything else we should tell them? Based on what we just walked through together here, a few things. Start by having Claude read what already exists. Small steps keep you in control. We didn't try to do everything in one massive prompt. We created cards one at a time, moved the card, added a comment, then build docs page by page. This gives you a chance to course correct early. Use external tools as your source of truth. The board is now the record of where we are. When your content fills up and you start a new chat, you don't have to re-explain everything. Just tell Claude to read the board. Same goes for notebooks, repo, and any persistent system. Don't rely on Claude's memory of the conversation alone. We documented our tech stack decision as a comment on the card. That means if you come back in a new chat next week, the decision's on the board. And tell Claude what you want before letting it run. You gave me a list of cards and tech stack choices up front, which let me execute cleanly. The more specific you are about what you want, the less back and forth. If your followers are building anything over multiple sessions, the pattern we use here is a strong template. Track tasks on the board, document decisions and comments, and keep a notebook for anything a teammate would need to reference. That way Claude has something concrete to read instead of starting from zero. So I hope this helps, at least from a keep it organized kind of point of view. And also, again, shameless plug on my part, because I created a visual board. I created the MCP server for exactly this, so that, simplicity. It's, if you allow me to market for a second, you don't need an admin to run this board. You don't need to have, a whole separate team just making sure the workflow works. And you're not paying for a lot for users. So $29 gives you 20 users, $99 gives you unlimited. And you're doing the work. The docs are right there. They're not somewhere else. And now you have Claude to keep track of it. And that's either a selling point or a hindrance for some of you. Some of you still don't trust Claude all the way, and I understand it's about 80-20 for me. I still code review things. I still go back over them. I don't trust Claude to go fully autonomous on me yet, but I definitely see the benefit. And stop trying to recreate every second, every time that you have a new chat. Don't come in clean. Have docs, have cards. Again, my shameless plug, use Visual Board. It's already easy. Connect with Claude. Reach out to me, Daniel@lochran.com. If you have any trouble setting it up, I'll walk you through it. I'll get you going. More than happy to help. Also, support at lockrun.com will get you a ticket on our board. And again, it's in beta, so things are going to break. If you're an early adopter, understand that. Let us know it's broken. We're pretty responsive. More than happy to fix it, and come join our Discord channel. We don't have a lot going in there right now, but I'm trying to build a community around people that are tired of software with 47 different levers and just want things to kind of work and want things to be simple and easy. And you saw this, right? There's no fighting with Claude over this. I just connected Claude to my visual board. Really simple, really easy, really quick. And now my documentation's building itself and I'm not keeping up with it. So thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk and putting up with me. I appreciate everybody. Please like and subscribe. It helps me. The more followers I get, you guys kind of keep helping me know that there's a demand for these videos, and I will keep making them. So I will. See you next time.